everyone, I am back. It's been 6 months, literally 6 months since I've done any kind of videos. I know most of y'all are like, we didn't even know you were gone, because I don't, not that many folks watch my videos, but I appreciate the few that do. Anywho, I wanted to get on. My whole goal usually of making videos to find ways of doing cards that, for people, for those of us, we don't have every single stamp set. We don't have unlimited resources. Don't have unlimited funds. I definitely don't. I'm always on a budget. So I like to come up with ways of doing things kind of outside the box. Now, I've seen a bunch of people make cards with kind of a poker or a card playing theme. And so I haven't seen, and certainly don't have in my inventory any type of stamp set, like with the card faces or the card, playing cards in it. But I didn't want to let that stop me, so I thought, you know what, how about if you make one and just use a cheap set of playing cards? And you can get them pretty cheap. You may even have some of these around your house. I know sometimes you go places and they'll give you decks of cards. I don't know, maybe casinos do that. I'm not sure. I'm not a pro or expert on things. Not saying I've never been to a casino, but I've never had them give me a deck of cards. But you never know. They might give you a deck, or you might get a souvenir pack or something. Or you can, like I did, I kind of went to Walmart.com or Amazon and got 2 packs for pretty cheap. So one that I could use, because I do like to play solitaire once in a while. And I'm trying to get better at playing with cards as opposed to the computer, because I don't know, I just feel like it probably takes a little bit more to do it with the cards, for sure. There's no undo button when you do it with the cards. So I'm trying to get better at that. Anywho, I'm kind of going off on a little tangent there. Sorry, I do ramble. If you've ever seen me, I do. So I'm just, rambling on. Anywho, I want to make a birthday card. I made 2 cards, one for each of my sons. I made with this theme, and I don't have them to show you because I've had to mail them for their birthdays. But I thought we'd go through together making one, and I'll just show you how I did it. Like I say, just using a cheap deck of cards and just some paper, just some, if you've got some construction paper, cardstock, you want to make a card and you got playing cards laying around, you could do that. It doesn't take much as far as if you want to get creative, and that's kind of what I'd like to inspire people to get creative with what you have resource-wise, and use it to show someone that you care, just so that you're thinking of them. That's the goal. So anywho, I wanted to jump on and do this. I haven't done a video in a while. I'm rusty. It's probably why I'm talking 100 miles an hour, and maybe I'm a little nervous because I haven't done this in 6 months. But anyway, like I say, I don't know that not many folks will be watching, so it's okay. Let me get on here. I'm going to make my base, my card base. I've got a piece of blue cardstock, and this was actually some pre-made cards. You can get these at Hobby Lobby. Like a 4.5 by 5.5 is the size that we're using, which is pretty much like half of a sheet of cardstock. So I'm going to get on here and cut this. Let's see. Cut this right down the line here. Well, if I could get this to cooperate. Okay. See? I knew that would happen. Once you try to start filming, of course things go wrong. All right, now I'm going to take this. I can set that aside. This is the size of my card. I'm going to take it and bend it. Of course, you'll make sure it's leveled up here at the edges. You could score it I do have a couple of paper cutters that have the scoring blades. I don't have it out here right in front of me right now, so I'm just I bent it in half and you can get you can get tools for this, but I take a pair of scissors and go to kind of put the crease there halfway. You can see where my blade kind of got hung up, but this is for demo purposes. I don't know that anyone will actually get this, so I just want to do this to show you how I do it. I mailed, like I say, both sons one. Now I'm going to, let's see, I like my layers. I'm gonna do a red layer. Let's move these cards so I can get up here. Not have them in my way. Let's see. Pardon the look of my hands and nails. I've been doing stuff in the yard. I've been doing dishes. I've been doing everything but manicure. So we'll try to get on that. Okay, now I've got, this is my plaid piece here. I liked this as this is what I used for the boys. I just like these colors. I feel like it's kind of masculine. You could do one that's more, maybe more feminine. You could even maybe do with like the yellow side. You can do anything you want, or you can just do a solid piece underneath. The main attraction is the cards on top. So I'm gonna cut this about right here. Okay, now this is the pattern layer for this. He's a wee bit short, but we're gonna have to go with it because I think that's my last piece of that plaid. So you gotta improvise sometimes. We're going to, like I say, the main attraction of this is the cards. So that's my layer for top. Now I'm gonna do a layer inside. For the inside sentiment, and I'll show you what I did with that. Hope you guys are having a great October, great Monday. Okay. Let's see, that will go there. This will go here. Now I just need a piece of white for the inside. I got stuff everywhere, y'all. I've been trying to get Halloween cards done. I started plenty early, but I guarantee you I'll be last minute getting them out. Let's see, I think that'll work. Okay, that'll do. All right, now let's move this aside for now. What we're going to do is I'm going to go ahead and get the inside stamped. And what I'm using for this, I'm using this set, which is the Bistro Burger. And you'll see it when I put the finishing touch on the front, it all comes together. But inside I'm going to say, here's to a great guy, happy birthday. Let me ink up this stamp. Let me see if I need to move y'all. I feel like y'all might not get to see the whole thing, and I'm bad about forgetting to move within the shot, I think they call it. What the professionals call it, right? Okay, now I'm just going to stamp this here as straight as possible. Here's to a great guy. Got that. And then I'm just going to use this. I use the happy birthday from Happiness Abounds just to put happy birthday. Let me get another little... Let me see here. Okay. Let's put him. Okay, that's good. That's going to be good enough, y'all. We're going to put this on the inside. Call that done. Got that part done. Easy peasy. Going to put it on the layer here. I'm really hoping to get back into the swing of making cards. It's about time management. And to be honest, some days I just am, by the time you do supper, clean the kitchen up, and start getting ready for the next day, you're wiped out, you know? So, we've got this. Now for the front, I'm going to do, and hopefully this will come, I'm going to do, you're kind of a big deal. I saw a couple of different ones. Like I say, I'm not the creator of, not the first one to come up with doing a playing card scenario. And I had seen a couple of different ones that sort of said, you know, you're kind of a big deal, and a lot of different sentiments. But I said, well, I've got that on a stamp in this bistro burger set. I'm all about going to your inventory and finding something to work with what you're doing. I believe in doing that. I like the nice new stuff, but I keep all my stuff because I can always mix, match, and make things. And I'm not the only one that does that. I know that. Didn't invent that either, but I sure do like to do it. So I'm going to try to get this. I had issues the other day with it being faded and not being completely, I think that's good enough. Now I did also go in and kind of color these little yellows, these little letters a little yellow, just to add a little bit of color on them. Don't know if you have to, and don't know if I'm doing a good job, but staying in the lines, you know, it's not always as easy as you think it is. Okay, so that's good enough. We're going to cut it, and we're going to make his little red layer. That's all the stamping we've got to do. That was 1, 2, 3 stamps. If you don't have stamps, these types of stamps, with these sentiments, you know, if you have a printer, you can type up your own sentiment and use it. And most printers, you can put like this cardstock usually will fit through all of them. It's not that heavy. So you could print your own sentiments. You could do your own, and probably come up with even better ones than what I did. So, in other words, I'm just saying, be creative. I can't paint, sculpt, write, sing, can't take good pictures. If you ever saw my pictures, you'd know that. Okay, that's going to be good enough for that. I'm going to put this out of my way, cutter. I'm going to go ahead and get him put down. Then we're going to work on all the other stuff now. Okay, now let's go ahead and get these top layers together. Okay, that's good. Next we're going to get, and I don't know all the different suits or different hands of poker. I feel like this is a pretty good one if you have, I think if you have the ace, king, queen, jack, and a 10, feel like you've got a pretty good hand. That's what I'm going with anyway. So I've got these, like say this deck, I've used all 4 suits, these cards. So this deck, I got to figure out what I'm going to do with the other cards. Maybe let baby girl play with them, see what she wants to do. But I'm going to try and stick these together. The only thing I'll tell you is I didn't realize when I bought these, they kind of have a plastic feel, which is nice if you're playing cards because they don't tear. But I have to make, you'll see I'll do a lot of my quacky tape machine here. I call it the duck because it sounds like a quacky duck. But I'll have to do a lot, and I'm hoping that they stay together. I need to ask the boys, when you got them in the mail, hopefully, were the cards still attached? Were they still together? And I might actually go with, I think I like the red better with this, because it has the blue and red in there. I'm all about matchy-matchy. So I'm going to do, I think we'll do this. I like that better. So let's start with, I'm going to glue, let's put a lot of this tape. See, like the tape hardly wants to stick on there. And I've got some other glue. Okay, let's just hope this sticks. I'm trying to put them together as close as possible so that they fit. I don't want them fanned out too much because you got to make sure they fit on the front of the card. Now, let me put some more sticky here. Hope this goes here. I'll put the queen. Let's see, I have to put a lot because they do have, if you can get the paper kind or like a, probably even cheaper. This was, I forget how much for 2-pack of cards. Not much, but like I said, I didn't realize what they're, I guess I didn't look and see exactly what they were made of. Let's see if we can get him. I got one more. Then we got to stick him down on top of the card. Okay, so I'm going to go just put a bunch. How about we do this? Maybe that will help us. Didn't think about that. And put him here like this. Oh, did I stick him down already? I was going to put a ribbon on him. See, look what I did. Let me see. And I do have some red ribbon here, thankfully. Yep, I meant to put my ribbon across here. So, it's called live action, folks. Let's see. Like I said, I just wanted to hop on, do a quick little video. I've been thinking about this. I really liked the idea of it because some people do enjoy playing cards. And sometimes if you're looking, see, I'm just going to pull him off, put his ribbon, and put him back on. We're going to pretend like we meant to do that, okay? I'm going to put it about here. We're going to put it about right here. Yes, I meant to do that, y'all. Not really, but we'll pretend. Okay. Yes, I have a new grandbaby. I got another one coming in December. Can't wait. And so I have been, since July, I've been from Houston to Fort Worth. Made about to make my 6th trip. Went to Nacogdoches once for my son's graduation. So we've been a little busy. All with good things. Thank the Lord, they're all good things. Okay, now I'm going to use dimensionals and put my little sentiment here. You're kind of a big deal. And that's pretty much all we need to do, y'all. I'm going to put some doodads. Got like, like my doodads. I like bling bling on my stuff here, my cards. And I'm trying to I've got to get back on track with this card making. And I got to I'm kind of thinking out loud here, folks. I do that a lot. My husband says, what? And I go, I'm not talking to you, I'm talking to myself. Anywho, I'm going to have to get back on track, finish the Halloween cards. I like to usually send a Veterans Day card to different veterans that I know in my family and friends. Got to get on that. And then, going to have to get the Christmas stuff done. Okay, here we go. I'm going to set this right here. All right, there you go. And I think I put some red doodads. Let me find them. And that will be it. Where did I put my doodad sticker? Pen. Well, here he is right in front of me. Okay, I think I'm gonna do one here, one here, a couple of smaller ones maybe. Let's see, where would I like it? I don't know. Don't want to put too many. Okay, I think that'll work. I may end up taking these off. I'm not sure if I like those or not. Anywho, we'll see. But that's my quick and easy card. Like I say, you don't have to have a ton of stuff. If you don't have a stamp set or anything, you can print your own sentiments, or if you have a really nice handwriting, I don't, you could write it yourself and come up with something probably even more clever than what I've got here. You can buy the cheap cards and boom, you've got a card. I thought it was cute. When I saw them online, I go, oh, I like that idea. And so you're kind of a big deal. Here's to a great guy. If you need a masculine card and you're not sure, you know, not all guys, some guys are into hunting, some guys are into fishing, some guys are into sports, some are into different things. You don't know what they're into. This kind of is a catch-all, because all of them generally have either played or no cards or know the terms and things. So anywho, again, I'm rambling. Wanted to hop on, make a quick video, trying to get back in the habit here. Thank you for watching. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to my channel. Please like my videos. You can find me also on Facebook, Instagram. I have an Etsy store. I'm on Pinterest. And of course, I'm on YouTube because you're watching me here. So just want to do this quickly. I'll hop off, let you get back to your day. You have a good one. Hope to see you next week. And remember, put a smile on someone's face. Send them a card, okay? You never know what it does. It really does mean a lot to people of all ages to get a card in the mail. So on that note, I'm going to go find someone to send this to. Have a good one. Bye.